What is up, guys? It's Val from IMY Motors. Welcome back to another episode of Scottish Car Dealer Diaries. And it's a bit of an anniversary. We have been operating here at IMY Motors for over a year now, just over a year. And a lot has happened. We also moved premises, for starters. But I just wanted to make a video to highlight what I've learned over the last year, because I've been in the motor trade for over 10 years now, but I never worked for myself. And this was a bit of a jump, bit of a leap of faith. But overall, I mean, if you're going to watch this bit, I know to take one message away from it, it has been worth it, but it has been tough. It has been very, very tough with some of the things happening that I never thought I would even need to think about, and just wanted to make a video to highlight some of the stuff that's happened and give you guys a bit of an update, because I know there's some of you that follow the channel, follow IMY Motors. But the first update is we've got the ramp in. I mean, we've had it in for just over a month now, but it's been transformational having basically in-house prep. It has been absolutely great. I mean, it's a Saturday just now. It's me in. But yeah, it's been great to basically work on our cars, do in-house warranty stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's been a life changer. Still operating out of this little sales office here. We are going to get a porta cabin outside. So let me just give you a quick rundown of the stock that we have just now. I mean, this car here, I mean, actually, this car's finally sold. I mean, I actually made a video on this in the old premises, but this car is finally going out. And believe it or not, the used car gremlins were at it. I mean, the car was really good to go, but it's got a handbrake issue. I mean, it was in stock for over 100 days, nothing wrong with the handbrake, absolutely fine. Passed the MOT, initially went in for a re-MOT, and it failed on the handbrake. So that's getting done. That's getting a retest on Monday, and hopefully go to the new customer on Monday. This Ford Fiesta is just a way to get picked up in the next hour or so. And this is what our used car lot is looking. And I've actually bought 6 more cars, so there'll be more cars arriving. This Astra actually arrived yesterday, and it's already reserved. Actually a very, very good car. One owner, full service history, great MOT history. So we'll get this prepped and gone early next week. Fiat 500, Vauxhall Corsa. A bit of a story with this one. It's actually a buyback from a customer, but it's now good to go again. 42,500 miles. Very, very good car. Hyundai i10, Nissan Micra, Vauxhall Corsa. This Fiat 500 is just sold. Should get picked up early next week as well. And 2 new arrivals here. Bit on the older side. I think they'll need a bit of work, and maybe I'll do a separate video on these cars, because yeah, they do need a bit of work. But now we've got our in-house mechanic. There should be some money available, especially like this one was actually taken in against part exchange against the car that we had sold yesterday. So how has business been? We've been, like I said, operating for a year. We've just moved to these premises. And June was actually our record month. I mean, it was actually joint record month for volume in terms of cars sold, but it was the record month for profit. Gross profit. Because now we obviously have this new premises, which costs money. We have now a mechanic that has a salary that needs to be paid. We're buying more stock. We actually had to make that money to basically just to operate. Overall, June was a good month. Start of this month, start of July, I'll be honest with you, was absolutely horrific. Probably the worst. Well, definitely for the year I've been operating here at IMY, and in my sort of 11-year history in the motor trade, probably the worst 12-day run I've ever had. We didn't sell a single car for 12 days. There was I think 10 days with no inquiries either. It was crazy. Genuinely couldn't believe we had such a good June, and then going into July it was so bad. And again, I don't think it was just me. I mean, even on Motor Trade YouTube, there was other garages in similar positions. Thankfully, it's picked up now. I think we're sitting at 6 deals for the month. We still have about a week left of the month. There's inquiries on the go. But again, it kind of shows the nature of this business. It's very up and down, and it's sometimes hard to predict cash flow from a business point of view because if you're not selling cars, because essentially all our revenue is coming from selling the metal, selling the vehicles, um, it means we have to get those inquiries in to get those cars turned over. So what are we actually doing to improve that? We've actually learned over the last year, and one thing I have learned is getting the stock mix right is probably very, very important. And April, May, June, we were selling a lot of small city cars, super minis like Corsas, Fiestas, Fiat 500s, that kind of stuff. And I made the mistake of going into July, and we were just stocked with just super minis. I was buying just super minis from auction, from Carwell Motorway. But here in Scotland, start of July, that's when the kids go on holiday. A lot of people that would usually buy these type of cars either as a first car or a second car runabout, that kind of stuff. People are busy on the holidays, so it's actually family cars that are needed. And case in point is this Astra literally arrived, got up on the website because it's a good car, good pictures. There was a deposit on it within an hour from Auto Trader. So that's kind of what we're doing just now. The cars I'm buying in, we've got SUVs coming in, got estate cars coming in. So we're making sure we've got all sorts of cars coming in. But our bread and butter, I think, is still going to be our Corsas, our Fiestas, and that kind of stuff. So that's kind of the number one thing, making sure stock mix is right. In terms of advertising, this has been a weird one because I'm kind of seeing a lot of seesawing stuff happening because I think I've made a video on this before about Auto Trader not being that good and the Motors package is now called Kazoo being better. They've actually now changed as well. So sub £4,000 cars, if you're on a Kazoo package, don't get advertised on Gumtree because it's now a separate entity. And with most of my cars falling in that price point, I mean, I concentrate on the sub £5,000 market, but I would say 95% of my cars are sub £4,000. Actually noticed that, a lot less leads coming through there. So I now got a Gumtree package, and it's a lot less per month for Gumtree than it is for Kazoo. So now I'm kind of doing a bit of a think. Maybe I just go concentrate on Gumtree and Auto Trader. But it's kind of this continuous thing where I'm looking at advertising, because advertising costs are probably the number one thing in this business to make sure that we are getting the right leads in, the right people in. And I'm sort of thinking of maybe doing some more generic advertising to build up the brand of IMY, because we do deal in essentially sub £5,000 cars, and a lot of people that are looking at sub £5,000 cars are looking for a small car for a reasonable price that comes with a warranty, that's got an MOT, that's serviced, well prepped. So I think that's probably the route we're going to be going into sort of August, September, doing some more generic advertising, because I think people aren't necessarily looking for a particular, there's no one really looking, saying, you know what, I want a 2018 Vauxhall Energy in lava red. Maybe there is someone like that, but, in essence, it's more generalized inquiries that we see. So I think that's what we're going to be concentrating on. In terms of other changes that we're going to be doing, so like I said, we've got a mechanic coming in on board. Well, we're already working full time. So initially started 3 days a week, now he's working 5 days a week. And then essentially it's just me. So that's a lot of work for me to sort of do for the sales side of things, buying cars, doing a lot of logistic stuff, because with a mechanic, if he's not working on a car, we're not losing money, but essentially we're losing that efficiency and the time because we're upping our stock. So I am hiring someone from September. So someone coming on board that I used to work with, that I can trust to essentially come in and do a job. So it means that we're going to be needing a sales office. So like I just mentioned, we'll have a porter cabin going in this bit, and then we're going to have going up to 25, 30 cars, I think, in stock for September. That's the plan. We're going to see how that happens as well, because ideally I want to be moving up price point slightly, because I think the average car price right now, I think it's 3,300. I want to move that closer to £5,000. It's just one of those things. If more expensive cars have slightly better margins in them, and obviously having to pay wages now, having to pay increased overheads, we do need to be making more per unit. But overall, I don't think I'll be hiring past that. I think this site, 3 people, maybe 4 people in the future maximum, I think is needed to be sort of selling between 15 and 20 cars a month. Um, so that's kind of where we're at, which is really cool because a year in, we started I think with 4 cars, we're up to 7, we're now at 12 cars. So actually, well, 11 cars on site, 6 cars coming in from auction. Going to be buying more, which is a good place to be. But and there's just so much stuff, and I think one of the things that I didn't realize, and I kind of spoke about it in the past before, because in the past, yeah, I worked in the sales department. Yeah, you would price part exchanges. Yeah, you would, do some bits. Get a little bit involved in prep and all that kind of stuff. But when it's your business, when you're running essentially from, you're responsible from the car coming in, buying the car, getting the car into stock, prepping the car, whilst also making sure that the leads, essentially customers, are getting looked after, and any post sale stuff like warranty stuff is getting looked at. It's yeah, I mean, quite a lot for one person. And because I also do other stuff other than IMY Motors, I also co-own a coffee shop. I also play in a music band. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, so that's why I'm hiring someone else in. But I just wanted to highlight some of the stuff that goes behind the scenes in a motor trade, in a used car dealer, because there's a bit of negativity. That's kind of one thing I've noticed, especially in YouTube right now, because there is a downturn, especially I think tail end of last month, start of this month, it was quite bad. And negativity sells. It's easy to make a thumbnail where you're holding your head and it's all bad. But overall, like I said at the start of the video, I am pleased I've started this. It's a lot of work, but it's work on my own terms. I think that's probably the main thing for me. It's like I enjoy doing this, and um, I think expanding is the right way forward. But yeah, I just thought I'd do this video just to go over this little milestone of being operating for a year. Um, if there's anything you guys are interested in behind the scenes of running a used car dealer, let me know. I know there's a couple of you that watch videos regularly, so thank you very much for that. I just sold a couple of cars to folk I've seen these videos, which is again really cool. Again, goes into that sort of generic advertising, brand building that I think we need to concentrate on. But yeah, if you got this fun video, thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe; it does help. But yeah, we'll see you in the next video.